Well, hello, welcome to Christian Media Review. My name is William Hemsworth. I thank you so much for joining me. Well, a happy new year. And I know this show has been kind of sporadic over the past few months, but it's a new year. And we're going to be here. A new episode will post every Saturday. And the goal of this show, like I said, we're going to give you short reviews on resources that I think will help you in defending the faith, help you in your Christian walk. We'll have some interviews with authors, musicians, different things like that. Well, in today's episode, I want to review a book that I came across. I actually read it last year. It's a really good book. It's called Jesus the Eternal Son, and it's written by theologian Dr. Michael Bird. And it's published by Erdman's. So if you haven't heard of Michael Bird, I mean, he's a really brilliant scholar. He's done a lot of great work out there. Now, he is an evangelical scholar. Just for full disclosure, I am Catholic, and I know I have some Catholic listeners, but this book that he wrote, Jesus the Eternal Son, goes into great detail in defending the divinity of Christ. So that's why I'm recommending it. And so, in its infancy, the church dealt with many heresies regarding the divinity of Christ. You know, there was Arianism, which taught that Christ was a created being, Nestorianism, which taught that there was no union between the divine and human nature of Christ, and adoptionism, which taught that Christ was adopted as God's Son, either after his baptism, which is the most common view, after his resurrection or his ascension. Like I said, this book here, Jesus the Eternal Son, which is written by Michael Bird, deals with the issues that are found within adoptionism. And this is important because adoptionism was condemned as a heresy really early on, in the 2nd century. But in my dealings on social media, I'm seeing an uptick in adoptionist views. I've even seen this in some sermons by Joel Osteen, which is kind of concerning. I don't follow Joel Osteen, but I've seen some clips where he actually talks about this. So, whether it's intentional or not, I don't know. But either way, adoptionism seems to be having a comeback, so we have to be prepared on how to answer these questions. That's why I'm recommending this book. Dr. Bird interacts very well with the argumentation put forth by adoptionism. Like I said, this heresy is still an issue. And it just seems to be making a comeback, which is very concerning to me. And he also interacts a lot with theories of Bart Ehrman, which just, to me, is worth the price of the book. He also delves into and discusses Romans, chapter 1, verses 3 through 4, and Acts 2:36, which are a couple of main passages used to support adoptionism. In fact, these verses are used by Unitarians and Jehovah's Witnesses to do just that. Now, as a self-professed church history nerd, I appreciated Dr. Bird's look into how adoptionism began. He goes into great detail in discussing the early Ebionites and early Christian works, such as the Shepherd of Hermas. Like I said, this book is fairly short. It's only about 130 pages. But it's an excellent resource for all of those who are interested in Christology. It gives great defenses on the divinity of Christ, which is exactly why I'm recommending the book. So thank you all for joining me on this episode of Christian Media Review. Check out my website, williamhemsworth.com, for other resources, articles, YouTube channels, etc. And let's get out there, let's defend the divinity of Christ against this heresy. So God bless you. Thank you for joining me. And we'll catch you next week on another episode of Christian Media Review. God bless you.